Hey guys, what's going on? It is Coach Justin here, coming in hot fire chili pepper salsa tapatio with go-to meals. You know those meals when you're really like overwhelmed, you've got a ton of stuff going on, a lot on your plate, and you maybe just don't have as much time to even think or do some meal planning, meal prepping. So a couple go-to meals that take minimal to, if any, prep at all. It's something that comes up pretty often with clients, and I wanted to shoot a really quick video for you guys just to go over a really simple strategy. And instead of me just giving you some of my go-to meals, which would be kind of boring and not as helpful, I wanted to give you a template that you can use to create some go-to meals for yourself on your own. And the great thing about this is you front load the work once. Once you do this one time, you'll probably never have to do it again because you'll have it in front of you. And we're gonna use that balanced plate that we've talked so much about in other live streams in order to create these go-to meals. One of the biggest mistakes I see that coming up when it comes to creating balanced plates, go-to meals, it's just kind of overthinking it, trying to be too perfect with it. When really, when we've got a lot on our plate, we're wearing a bunch of different hats. You know, what's another cliche I can throw at you? Juggling plates, spinning plates. We kind of tend to overcomplicate things, shoot for perfection when maybe just good enough is what we should be looking for. So I don't even know if you guys can see this. It might be backwards. I'll see if I can fix it. But those balanced plates, again, we're going to focus on getting protein, veggies, carbs, and healthy fats with all of these go-to meals. Now, again, this is just a template, something to shoot for. Treat it as like a target. With a target, it's much easier to aim. If you can't get veggies with one of your go-to meals, does that mean it's a failure? No way. Totally cool. We're doing awesome if we can get the other three. If you can't get fats with it, does that mean that the meal's a failure as well too? No way. It's totally cool. Again, it's just a target, and we'll go over some strategies with that as well too. So you don't have to be perfect with this. If you can, definitely emphasize the protein part of these go-to meals and let the other ones fall into place as they may be. So first step, great way to do this, and it'll probably take you about 30 minutes today if you've got some time, is just brainstorm your favorite proteins, like 3 to 5 of your favorite proteins. They don't even have to be like ones that you don't have to prep or anything like that. They can just be whatever you like, because there's plenty of no prep options. So for example, if you like chicken, beef, fish, eggs, yogurt, whatever, just throw those down and then think about the no prep options that there might be. So a couple that I had in my pantry, I've always got some canned like tuna, chicken, or something like that. Awesome one that you're not gonna have to prep. Chicken breasts are like deli slices, deli meats. That's another one that's gonna be an easy go-to. Rotisserie chickens or like pre-cooked chicken, grilled chicken strips is also gonna be great. Beef jerky is another good one. Hard-boiled eggs that are already, that you don't have to hard-boil, that are ready for you. So again, just a couple different options right there. And make your short list. It should just be like 3 to 5. We don't want to overcomplicate it. Next is to go to your veggies and to do the same thing. We're going to go to those 1 to 3 veggies. Now this is a little bit trickier of a one because a lot of them take some prep. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to gnaw on raw broccoli. It's just not very appealing to me. So this can be a little bit of a challenge. Some things that are great when it comes to the veggies are cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, because all you have to do is slice them up real quick, and that right there, those 2 items right there with a little bit of salt and maybe some seasoning or olive oil or something can create a really good go-to easy like salad, fresh veggie for yourself. Salad greens is another one. Those can come in handy with those chicken deli slices to create little simple wraps. So again, that's just a couple examples right there. Maybe some simple, easy go-tos. Oh, sprouts, by the way. If you've never had sprouts, get on that train, because those are awesome as go-to like little veggies that you can put and use into like sandwiches and wraps and stuff like that. Next step would be to brainstorm those smart carbs. And fruits are gonna be ideal for this because they're already pre-serving size for us for the most part. We're not gonna even have to think about the serving size. Like bananas right here, like 1 banana, perfect. Maybe even 2. Such a low calorie, nutrient dense food. Container of berries, again, that's about a serving for most of us as well too, so that's another great option. Apples, oranges, kiwis, peaches, pears, we can wrap fruits all day long, but that's going to be a really great carbohydrate and probably going to be a staple of go-to meals because again, there's virtually no prep with those. Maybe peeling, and that's about it. But you can even get fruits without that. The other one is I tend to have like some wraps in my fridge or something that's go-to. I know a lot of people are big fans of like really good bread. Coach Evan had that great morning routine that he shot for you guys where he dove into Dave's Killer Bread a little bit. So there's also some really great breads out there. If you're having a hard time finding a good solid bread, because I know that can be a little tricky, just look for a good fiber content and then as few as ingredients on the ingredient list as possible. It's a really easy way to simplify it. But that's gonna be great. Sandwiches and stuff are gonna come in handy, super easy and fast to make. Wraps, like I said, with maybe like tortillas. I've shown in live streams before those coconut tortillas that I got that are super awesome. So those are some really easy, simple go-to like carbs. And then healthy fats, nuts and seeds, nut butter, avocado. Those are gonna be great. Olive oil. Thing with healthy fats, super nutrient or super calorie dense. So those you're just gonna wanna be a little bit more mindful in the portions, sticking to that 1 thumb, 2 thumbs, maybe for guys. Like I've mentioned before in streams, I tend to weigh those out because I find them really, really difficult to estimate. So you've got your short list, and now what can you do with it? And basically, you're just plugging and playing with that. You want to try to combine as many of those as you can, protein, veggies, carbs, and fats with your go-to meals. But again, it might be difficult. Sometimes it might be challenging to get in veggies. Totally cool. You can sub in like a fruit or something like for that. So using a little bit of what I've got here, let me put down my whiteboard here. I mean, super simple right here. I can take these turkey slices, roll them up with some salad greens, maybe even make a little extra side salad of those cherry tomatoes, chopped cucumber with some salt, and then I'm gonna throw like a banana on the side with it, and I've got myself a nice, super simple go-to meal. It probably took me 1 or 2 minutes to make tops. There's not a healthy fat in there, but that's cool. Maybe if I've got something, I'll throw that in there as well too, but totally awesome. Another example might be that can of tuna right there, that cucumber cherry tomato salad, throw that can of tuna on there. Maybe I've got some like low sugar barbecue sauce in the fridge that can add a little bit of flavor on top. Add a piece of fruit with that as well too, or maybe throw it on a slice of toasted bread, and I've got myself another super simple go-to meal. So I hope that's kind of generating some ideas for you about how you can kind of put together a super simple template for yourself and make the most out of these go-to meals. And again, use that template, don't overthink it. Maybe create about 3 to 5 for yourself that are super delicious, super tasty, you know you're gonna love, and you can go to at any time. I did want to touch on a couple things before I leave you guys. This video is getting a little bit longer than I anticipated. I wanted to keep it to 5 minutes, but I tend to ramble and talk too much. So we're pushing 10 here. Key to this in the go-to meals is 1, if you don't have the groceries, you can't make a go-to meal, right? So maintaining and keeping a good, consistent grocery shopping routine. I always recommend going twice a week if you can. I think that keeps you stocked up on everything. So making sure you have these go-to items ready for you when you want to make them. The other one is brainstorming go-to orders. There's just going to be some times when you've got to order something, and that's totally cool too. So take a look at a few of your favorite places to go. Run through that menu item. Maybe take a look and create some calorie awareness around how many calories are in each of the go-to meals for different restaurants or like fast food places that you tend to enjoy, and make a little short list of like 3 to 5 go-to order items for yourself that you know that you can order, fit your calorie needs, fairly healthy, that you're proud of, that if you would have ordered, and include those in your go-to meal list as well too. Thirdly, I don't even know if that's a word, but let's go thirdly, is plan. The more we have to think about this, the worse it's gonna go. So plan and actually think about this. Take a day of the week. I like Sundays. See what's going on the week, your coming up week. Do you have a lot of shit going on? If you do, cool. It might be a week of go-to meals, and really start planning those out. For breakfast, this is gonna be my go-to meal. Lunch is gonna be my go-to meal. Dinner, if you need a go-to meal. But the less you have to think about this, the better the better you're gonna be for sure. So plan and don't think. And again, sometimes things pop up on the fly and we're not ready for them, and that's okay too. If you've got the things if you've gone grocery shopping, if you've got the things on hand, you should have no issue making some go-to meals on the fly. And lastly, momentum. Focus on momentum first and awesomeness second. I love the idea of being able to create like a bunch of different meals, eating different things all the time, every single day. Totally cool, and I get that, but sometimes we might have to accept the trade-off that, hey, I got a lot of stuff going on. It's probably in my best interest to make the same few meals over and over again right now. Plenty of time to be awesome and make more stuff later on, but right now with what's going on, I accept these trade-offs, and this is what I need to do to keep momentum going. And that is it from Coach Justin. I am out.